Welcome to Primeval Predators. Here, the wild reveals its darkest secrets, and the ultimate battles for survival unfold before our very eyes. In this relentless ecosystem, brute strength is merely an illusion. The true masters of life and death rely on extraordinary survival strategies. We often think of lions as the undisputed rulers here, but the reality of the African savanna is far more complex today. Let us observe the massive Cape buffalo. A solitary buffalo might easily fall prey to a hungry lion roaming the tall grass. However, when these magnificent beasts gather together, they transform from vulnerable targets into an absolutely unstoppable living fortress of muscle and horn. As a pride of lions slowly approaches the grazing herd, a silent alarm ripples through the tense and highly alert buffalo ranks. Instinctively, the adult buffaloes move to form a massive living wall, placing their vulnerable young and elderly safely in the protected center. This unified front turns defense into a terrifying offense, often forcing even the most desperate and hungry predators to retreat in fear. The lions pace back and forth, searching for a weak point in the defense, but the solid wall of horns remains unbroken. Ultimately, the predators must concede defeat and wander away, proving that collective unity is the greatest shield against the harsh savanna dangers. The power of unity is not exclusive to these giant herbivores. Let us look at the highly organized African wild dogs nearby. These beautifully painted wolves are the true tactical masters of the savanna, boasting an incredible hunting success rate of nearly 80%. As the morning sun rises, the pack awakens and engages in a joyful greeting ceremony, strengthening their deep social and familial bonds. Their secret to success lies in absolute military coordination. Every single pack member knows their exact role during a dangerous chase. When they spot a herd of impala, the dogs spread out silently, forming a strategic perimeter to completely cut off escape routes. Suddenly, the chase begins. They run with tireless endurance, taking turns to lead the pursuit while the others conserve their precious energy. This relay tactic quickly exhausts the terrified prey. The wild dogs strike with surgical precision, ending the hunt in mere seconds. Beyond their hunting prowess, wild dogs display remarkable altruism. They regurgitate fresh meat to feed their sick, injured, and young pack members. This incredible level of care ensures the entire pack remains strong and healthy, ready to face the endless challenges of the wilderness. While pack hunters dominate the open sunlit plains, the shadows conceal a completely different kind of assassin that defies all our expectations. Meet the elusive black-footed cat. Weighing just around 2 kilograms, this tiny feline is actually the most lethal predator in Africa. Do not let its adorable appearance fool you. This miniature nocturnal hunter achieves a staggering success rate of over 60% nightly. As darkness falls over the arid landscape, the tiny cat emerges from its underground burrow, its large eyes scanning for any movement. Moving silently through the tall grass under the cover of darkness, it stalks its prey with absolute precision and unmatched feline ferocity. It can sit completely motionless for hours outside a rodent hole, waiting patiently for the exact perfect moment to launch its attack. With a sudden burst of lightning speed, the cat pounces, securing its meal before the unfortunate victim even realizes what has happened. Despite its tiny stature, it consumes a massive amount of food relative to its body weight to fuel its incredibly high metabolism. It is a solitary phantom, proving that in the unforgiving wild, deadly efficiency often comes in the smallest and most unassuming packages. But survival is not always about fighting different species. Sometimes, the most brutal conflicts occur within the very same animal family group. As the dry season approaches, tensions rise among the mighty buffalo herds. The annual mating season brings out an intense, violent rivalry. Massive dominant males begin to size each other up, displaying their thick necks and huge horns to intimidate potential young challengers. When intimidation fails, the real battle begins. They charge at each other with explosive speed, kicking up huge clouds of dry dust. Their thick horns collide with tremendous force, creating a loud, sickening crack that echoes across the vast and empty, dusty savanna plains. These bloody internal wars determine who gets to pass on their genes, ensuring only the absolute strongest males lead the next generation. The loser walks away battered and exhausted, while the victorious bull proudly claims his right to mate and protect his growing herd. Similarly, in the shrinking rivers and muddy pools, the seemingly peaceful hippopotamus reveals its incredibly aggressive and fiercely territorial true dark nature. As water sources dry up, hundreds of hippos are forced into dangerously close quarters, causing stress levels to rise to breaking point. Male hippos engage in horrific, bloody battles for control over these vital water resources. Their massive jaws can easily crush solid bone. They display their massive, razor-sharp canine teeth in giant, terrifying yawns, a clear warning to any rival who dares challenge them. If the warning is ignored, the giants clash in the water, biting and tearing at each other with unimaginable, terrifying brute force. The water violently churns red with blood as these massive aquatic titans fight desperately to the death for absolute dominance and survival. The harsh reality of nature dictates that only the most dominant individuals secure the precious resources needed to survive the brutal drought. Leaving the African savanna behind, we travel to remote tropical islands where ancient predators still rule with cold-blooded patience and venom. The fearsome Komodo dragon is the last true descendant of the Jurassic era. This giant prehistoric reptile does not rely on speed. Instead, it uses a deadly combination of stealth, toxic venom, and infinite patience to slowly bring down prey much larger than itself. Flicking its long, yellow forked tongue, the dragon tastes the air, easily detecting the scent of a wandering deer from miles away. It waits completely motionless in the dense brush, perfectly camouflaged, until the unsuspecting victim steps just within its sudden deadly striking range. A single venomous bite is all it takes. The dragon then calmly stalks its weakened victim for days until the tragic end. The venom slowly lowers the blood pressure of the prey, causing immense shock and eventual collapse under the hot tropical island sun. This ancient method of hunting requires minimal energy but guarantees maximum results, a perfect evolutionary adaptation surviving for countless rugged millennia. Dozens of dragons may gather to share the massive feast, a rare moment of communal feeding among these normally highly solitary reptiles. Meanwhile, lurking beneath the murky waters of the mighty Nile River,
from the dense
another prehistoric monster waits in absolute silence for an
feast,
unsuspecting
aggressively
victim.
tearing at the carcass.
The Nile crocodile is the ultimate invisible assassin. It perfectly camouflages itself among the floating logs and dense reeds along the riverbank. Only its cold reptilian eyes and nostrils remain slightly above the water surface, constantly monitoring the dry shore for signs of life. A large herd of thirsty wildebeest approaches the dangerous river edge, completely unaware of the lethal trap waiting just beneath the ripples. The crocodile slowly and silently moves closer, closing the distance without making a single splash or sound in the dark, murky water. When the exact perfect moment arrives, it launches a lightning-fast strike, its massive jaws clamping down tightly on a struggling wildebeest. With terrifying power, the giant reptile drags its panicked and terrified prey deep into the dark and suffocating watery depths far below. Then begins the infamous death roll, a devastating spinning maneuver designed to completely disorient the victim and tear off massive meat chunks. The sheer violence of this attack leaves absolutely no chance for escape. The crocodile consumes its hard-earned meal in the shallows. These apex predators have remained virtually unchanged since the time of the dinosaurs, proving that their ruthless biological design is absolutely perfect. From the highly cooperative wild dogs to the solitary crocodiles, we witness a complex world where every creature plays a vital role. The delicate balance of this global ecosystem depends entirely on the constant and unforgiving cycle of life, death, and continuous evolutionary adaptation. Predators keep herbivore populations in check, preventing overgrazing and ensuring that the fragile landscape can continue to support all forms of life.
Which in turn maintains
In this brutal theater of
lush
nature,
vegetation.
there is absolutely no room for hesitation, weakness, or even the slightest feeling of warm compassion. Every single day presents a brand new struggle, where one tiny mistake can easily mean the difference between surviving and perishing forever. We have seen that the ultimate survivor is not always the largest or the strongest beast roaming the vast and dangerous wilderness. Instead, true survival belongs exclusively to those who can intelligently adapt to ever-changing conditions and utilize brilliant strategies to overcome adversity. Whether it is the defensive wall of the buffalo or the venomous patience of the dragon, nature always finds a unique way. The tiny black-footed cat reminds us that sheer lethal efficiency often hides perfectly behind the most innocent and unassuming visual disguises. And the brutal territorial wars of hippos show us the extreme lengths animals will go to secure their essential life-sustaining resources. As our thrilling journey through the wild comes to a close, we are deeply reminded of the raw, untamed beauty of nature. We must respect and protect these incredible ecosystems, for they hold the ancient secrets of life and the delicate balance of Earth. Thank you for joining us on this incredible visual adventure today through the ancient and unforgiving landscapes right here on Primeval Predators. Stay wild, stay curious, and we will see you in the next thrilling episode of Primeval Predators. Goodbye and stay safe forever.